Does this man have no shame?
No.
Is he not easy money Mayweather now?
Get that money.
Yeah, get that money.
He'll pick up either 15, 20 mil.
He was a highly respected champion.
Still
He
is.
dominated the sport.
Yes.
Greatest defensive fighter ever. And you're going to stoop to this?
Yep.
Netflix has given Mayweather some financial advances, and we're talking millions of dollars. I don't know exactly, but when I threw out a figure, they said it's even higher than what I threw out. I threw out multiple millions of dollars. That Netflix has provided some money. That Floyd apparently has taken the contracts that he's had and has gone to a lender and said, "Look, I'm going to be earning all of this money. Here's the signed contract proving so." And then that the lender has given him some cash up front based on that as well. So he's basically taken these numerous advances on the earnings that he's going to take. And
it's just the truth. Floyd is so badly hurting for money that this is the stuff he's doing. Knowingly signing contracts for a pro fight just to go and publicly undermine it while taking a cash advance.
I mean, whether you're flying on private jets or you're staying at first-class hotels or you're, buying expensive jewelry and cars and bags and you name it.
Reports suggest Netflix may be preparing legal action against Floyd Mayweather Jr. after allegations surfaced that he backed away from an anticipated fight with Manny Pacquiao. Journalist Lance Premier stated that Mayweather had allegedly accepted several multi-million-dollar advance payments tied to the event. Because of that, stepping away from the matchup could reportedly expose him to serious legal consequences.
He's going to take, and look, as we look at this situation, guys, it strikes me that we know how precious Floyd's O is on his record. He's 50-0, unbelievable career. Congratulations on everything you've accomplished. But he's also, it appears to be in financial straits. And the two great loves of his life, money and that zero, are conflicting with each other right now, and he's in a pickle. He's in dire straits, so to speak. And how this exactly is going to play out, you would imagine that Floyd Mayweather will come to his senses and say, "Look, I have no choice but to participate in this fight. I've got to be at my best and win this fight."
The Fight Hype account later posted that the bout had not officially been canceled and claimed they were holding evidence to support their side of the story. However, they said they would wait until the end of the day before sharing anything publicly because they did not want the situation to appear unserious. The statement also questioned why Ian was contacting them in the first place and suggested his attention should instead be focused on the individual they believe may have misled him. According to the Post, they possess documentation to back up their claims, but are choosing to delay releasing it for now. Wade Plemon also commented on the controversy, pointing to the situations involving Daisy and Logan Paul as examples of how these types of disputes can escalate. He warned that if Floyd were to handle the Netflix deal in a similar manner, it could potentially result in legal action against him.
That they pay him some insane amount of money or he wasn't going to fight Deji while he was at the venue. And they wanted to change gloves and do all this stuff. And I think they actually did it. They paid Floyd to do it. And I've seen this with a bunch of his exhibitions, and obviously we know about the Logan Paul situation, how Floyd shopped his fight to a different company after essentially scamming royalty like Prince whoever in Dubai and stole his money. This is insane. Now he's trying to do it to Netflix. Oh yeah, he's 100% about to get sued because Team Pacquiao says Floyd Mayweather signed 3 contractual agreements for a professional fight against Pacquiao. 3 separate agreements. They also claim Floyd Mayweather has been paid for signing these 3 agreements and has also taken out a cash advance payment on his purse for the fight. They also say Floyd Mayweather is officially in breach of contract for public.
It was also claimed that Floyd demanded an enormous additional payment or he would refuse to fight Deji, even after already arriving at the venue. There were reportedly last-minute issues involving glove changes and other unexpected demands. According to the discussion, the organizers eventually agreed to Floyd's terms and paid him to keep the event moving forward. Critics say similar situations have happened during several of his exhibition bouts. The conversation then shifted to the Logan Paul event, where allegations resurfaced that Mayweather attempted to move the fight to another company after reportedly taking money connected to a Dubai-backed deal. Commentators described the situation as highly controversial and suggested the same kind of dispute may now be developing with Netflix. Sources connected to Team Pacquiao reportedly stated that Floyd Mayweather signed 3 separate contracts related to a professional rematch with Manny Pacquiao. They also claimed he received payments tied to those agreements, including an advance taken from his expected fight earnings. According to those reports, Mayweather may now be in violation of the contract after publicly making certain statements. No Smoke Boxing later posted on X that Manny Pacquiao had allegedly warned Floyd that backing out of the scheduled September rematch could create major problems involving Netflix, promoters, and event sponsors. The statement highlighted the increasing tension surrounding the agreement and the potential legal fallout if the fight does not move forward. At the same time, Teddy Atlas shared his opinion that Mayweather's gambling and heavy spending habits were major factors behind the decline of a significant portion of his wealth over the years.
As I said earlier, so I don't like that, but I understand the world out there, and I understand putting yourself in that position. If he put himself in that position, some people will say, he's suing now because of his gambling habits, which was not hidden. It was not a secret. He would post, not Teddy Atlas talking about anything that wasn't out there. He would post some of his tickets, his betting tickets that he bet, and they were large bets. And so some people say, oh yeah, like you said, he was Mayweather, Money Mayweather, and now he's suing because he went through his money, he blew his money, whatever. Look, I don't know what the truth is fully in there. I know Stephen Espinoza was...
Joe Rogan stated that Floyd Mayweather Jr. spent over a decade as the most recognizable name in boxing. At the same time, he suggested that a series of bad financial decisions, along with an inability to adjust as circumstances changed, eventually led to financial problems that could have been avoided.
Money like it's a tap, like he's got a tap, just like unlimited amount of money. Money's just flowing. And even as much money as he's made in his career, which he's probably made as much, if not more money than any boxer ever, like there's all these lawsuits, like he hasn't been paying things and he owes money on this and owes money on that, and it's like, and then he's got to come out.
Tasha K explained that although Floyd Mayweather Jr. frequently presents an image of enormous wealth, the true financial picture may be far more complex. She noted that earning huge amounts of money does not automatically guarantee lasting financial security, especially when hidden debts, financial responsibilities, and continuous expenses are involved.
Y'all know, when y'all see somebody flogging money everywhere, they got this, they got that, they got this. Was it Gervonta Davis? Tank told us 2 years ago that the reason they held Floyd Mayweather, you can put it back on the screen, captain, in Dubai is because he had owed them money and they wouldn't release him until he announced the fight to give them their money back. You know they do that over there in Dubai, right? You ain't going nowhere if you owe a debt. He was trapped over there for almost 2 months, according to Gervonta. They shared the same manager, Al Layman, who collected money in cash because Floyd Mayweather gave him a power of attorney to do so. And so when Floyd went down there and sued Showtime, he's suing Showtime, the company, the network, that publicized.
Analyst Fannin said the controversy reportedly began after Floyd Mayweather Jr. accepted an advance payment connected to Manny Pacquiao's camp. He explained that the payment was not viewed as a casual gesture or basic deposit, but instead was provided under the belief that Mayweather had committed to participating in an official professional bout. According to Fannin, once the money had been accepted, there was an expectation that the fight would move forward as a sanctioned event. He also stated that after taking the advance, any uncertainty surrounding the status of the matchup became Mayweather's responsibility.
Took an advance, right, which is money, against the fight with Manny. Watch this. He took an advance in that fight. He said, okay, I'll fight Manny, but I need an advance. After he got the advance, to my understanding, there then became an issue of whether or not the fight between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd would be an exhibition or whether it would be a real fight. Now, let me tell you why there's a value in that for Manny Pacquiao. Because Manny Pacquiao wants to get his get back in the ring, a real fight with Floyd. He also, for Floyd, what's at risk is his undefeated record. Because Manny Pacquiao has been a relatively active fighter, more active than Floyd has against actual world-class fighters. That's not what Floyd's been doing. Now, after the deal is done, now there's a debate between, or an issue about whether it's going to be an exhibition or whether it is going to be.
Before that stage, the arrangement was reportedly based on both sides, sharing the same understanding about what type of event was being organized. But once questions began to surface regarding whether the fight would truly be legitimate, the responsibility allegedly shifted away from Pacquiao's camp because they had already fulfilled their obligation by delivering the agreed financial backing. The analyst went on to explain that this situation created a significant problem for Pacquiao, who had entered the deal expecting all the benefits tied to an officially sanctioned contest. That included formal recognition, financial compensation, and the competitive importance attached to a genuine professional matchup. According to the explanation, if those expectations are ultimately not met, Pacquiao's team would be left without the terms they originally agreed upon, potentially turning the situation into a major contractual conflict.
Advance. So if he got an advance, he put money in his pocket that he needed in his pocket. And then after that, he's going to switch up and say, no, I don't want to have an exhibition. I don't want to have a real fight. I want to have an exhibition. And as a result, he's depriving Manny Pacquiao of the benefit of the bargain that Manny gave him when he got that advance. Because the advance is there because Manny agreed, assuming that it was going to be a real fight and not an exhibition, because there's no reason between these two guys to have an exhibition for 3 rounds and waste a bunch of people's money where there's nothing on the line, which means Manny can't get his get back and Floyd keeps his 50-0. So it looks like Floyd's trying to get slick.
Business mogul and rapper 50 Cent had reportedly spoken about this possibility years ago, warning that Floyd Mayweather Jr. could run into financial trouble because of his spending habits. He explained that his comments were not simply speculation, but were based on the lifestyle Floyd was already living at the time. According to 50 Cent, Mayweather's repeated luxury, spending, high-end purchases, and costly way of life would slowly drain his fortune no matter how much money he continued to make. He emphasized that earning massive amounts does not automatically guarantee lasting financial stability if the money is not managed carefully. In his view, Floyd's pattern of making huge paydays while also spending heavily would eventually become difficult to maintain over the long term.
Advance. So if he got an advance, he put money in his pocket that he needed in his pocket. And then after that, he's going to switch up and say, no, I don't want to have an exhibition. I don't want to have a real fight. I want to have an exhibition. And as a result, he's depriving Manny Pacquiao of the benefit of the bargain that Manny gave him when he got that advance. Because the advance is there because Manny agreed, assuming that it was going to be a real fight and not an exhibition, because there's no reason between these two guys to have an exhibition for 3 rounds and waste a bunch of people's money where there's nothing on the line, which means Manny can't get his get back and Floyd keeps his 50-0. So it looks like Floyd's trying to get slick.
The conversation also noted that many people dismissed 50 Cent's comments as simple criticism or personal dislike. However, he insisted that his statements were rooted in financial reality rather than emotion or hostility. He argued that even someone as successful as Floyd Mayweather Jr., despite earning enormous amounts throughout his boxing career, could still face financial pressure if spending continues to rise unchecked. He also suggested that maintaining a lifestyle centered around luxury, constant public visibility, and ongoing entertainment obligations can trap a person in a continuous cycle of needing to earn more money. According to his perspective, wealth only creates long-term stability when it is handled responsibly. Otherwise, even extremely large fortunes can slowly fade away over time.
6 years ago, and I'm gonna play it for you. 6 years ago. So 6 years ago, this is what 50 Cent said, and it's kind of hard to argue with him. Roll the clip.
So, like, we got issues over anger. He's still the best fighter out there. until somebody beat him, that's who he is.
Do you think he should step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah, that's what you think. It's fight, get the money, spend the money, fight.
All that money?
Yeah, it took been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like within lifestyle, that money is gone, trust me. Now it's like, you call him, he'll be at your local host in a nightclub.
According to the report, the situation involving Floyd Mayweather Jr. and the proposed fight is still developing, with multiple sources insisting that the event has not been officially called off. The commentator claims to have full evidence supporting his position, but says he will hold back from sharing it for now, waiting until later in the day so the matter is not taken lightly or turned into something unserious. He also raises questions about why a person named Ian, who is allegedly linked to the situation, has been reaching out and what his involvement actually is.
I think. I don't want to report that and not know it, but this person that Fight Hype is talking about, I think is someone involved with who is getting scammed there. But there's no receipts, anything like that, but this is getting, Deontay Wilder by the day, dude. I can't believe that Floyd has gone this far. It has to be a money thing, dude. It really does. Like when I said that Floyd was going broke, or at least that he was financially unstable, people were like, oh, he's got more money than you. What are you talking about? And I wasn't even trying to be mean with it. It's just a fact of the matter that Floyd has turned to the most insane business practices and downright scamming in some cases to get money that he hasn't even earned. And this looks like another example, except he's doing it in broad daylight to Netflix. Crazy. Andreas Hale also wrote a story on this.
Coach Maliki stated that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is reportedly facing a serious legal matter involving claims that around $340 million may have been taken or improperly handled through various financial dealings. He explained that the dispute is not limited to contracts or business agreements, but also ties into broader concerns about long-term financial conduct and how money has been managed over time. Maliki further suggested that Mayweather's lifestyle may be a contributing factor in the situation. He pointed to his well-known spending patterns, including luxury acquisitions, a highly visible public image, gambling activity, and other expensive habits as elements that could have influenced the financial circumstances being discussed.
And now it explains why Floyd don't have Al Heyman in the lawsuit. He can't sue him. Come on, man. Al covered his tracks. Now, he may be getting sued by big corporations, stuff like that, but he's not being sued by any fighter. They can't sue him. You get what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather messed up. And adds insult to injury, Floyd Mayweather has a gambling problem, and he spends a lot of money. He loves to spend money. So whatever he have that's in his possession, he's spending that and blowing that on top of the $340 million that he said that's owed to him, meaning that he never really got paid from the Manny Pacquiao and Conor McGregor fight. Come on, man. Al Heyman got power of attorney. You dig? And he covered his tracks. So shout out to the...
From this point of view, even very large incomes can become unpredictable or hard to sustain when spending remains consistently high. The overall explanation connects the legal disputes with broader financial patterns, implying that both business disagreements and personal lifestyle decisions may have combined to create a complicated situation affecting Floyd's finances and public image.
Praising him and worshiping him, continue to praise him and worship him then. You get what I'm saying? You dig? True. And another thing, let's thank Al Heyman.
Well, I guess I gotta be like everybody else and thank Al Heyman.
That's what y'all been doing. You are pro Al Heyman and PBC YouTube channels, and a lot of you fan bases online. That's what you've been doing. Continue to praise him then. Al is a smart businessman. He finessed the game. Let's give Al Heyman a round of applause. Good job, Al. You did a good job. And this is a lesson to all of those out there, who think because you signed with the black man that you will not be taken advantage of and the white man is the evil devil. If that's your position, there ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't have a problem with however you feel either way. But just understand, when someone wants to steal from you...
From this point of view, Even very large incomes can become unpredictable or hard to sustain when spending remains consistently high. The overall explanation connects the legal disputes with broader financial patterns, implying that both business disagreements and personal lifestyle decisions may have combined to create a complicated situation affecting Floyd's finances and public image.
Later, and hopefully I can get it this afternoon to actually read the specifics of the suit and what the allegations are. But the fact that Floyd would encounter some financial issues post his boxing career is not in any way a surprise to me. When you see the types of things that, when if you believe anything that he puts on his social media, the travel that he does, the places he goes, and the amount of entourage he has, I mean, that's like a money pit. I mean, whether you're flying on private jets or you're staying at first class hotels or you're buying expensive jewelry and cars and bags and you name it. I mean, it's all good when you're making those gigantic paydays and they're coming in, a couple times a year. You're making 40 million here and 25 million there, or even more, 100 million plus, when he fought the big mega fights with guys like Conor McGregor and Manny Pacquiao. But when that stops.
And Raphael stated that the financial issues now being associated with Floyd Mayweather Jr. should not come as a complete surprise when his career and public lifestyle are considered together. He explained that anyone paying attention to Mayweather's long-standing display of wealth could have anticipated this outcome, given his consistent emphasis on luxury spending, high-value purchases, and a highly visible image of prosperity. Raphael further noted that although Mayweather generated enormous earnings during his boxing career, the way he handled money outside the ring has had a major impact on his present circumstances. He highlighted that repeated habits involving expensive cars, jewelry, gambling, and frequent luxury travel can create serious long-term financial pressure, even for athletes who earn at an elite level.
40 million, it just didn't ring true to me because Al Heyman, who is not named in the suit, but apparently is supposedly part of this problem, whatever. But I mean, I've known Al Heyman and covered Al Heyman's fighters and his business since the day he stepped in boxing in like 2002 with Vernon Forrest. And all that time, and literally in terms of the PBC, a couple hundred fighters that he's dealt with, maybe not personally, but that his team is and his company. To a fighter, you never hear anybody, even when they're retired and they're not with Al anymore, nobody talks bad about him. In fact, if you ask most fighters, they'll tell you how good to them that he has been, that type of money that they've helped him make, and the person that he's paid, and the guy.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned. Until next time.
Raphael added that even though Floyd Mayweather established himself as one of the highest earners in boxing history, earning large sums on its own is not enough to guarantee lasting financial security. He explained that when financial discipline is lacking, substantial income can still be eroded by ongoing lifestyle costs and long-term obligations that build up gradually. In his view, the warning signs were always present, since the combination of extremely high earnings and equally high spending made the outcome somewhat foreseeable. Raphael also framed the situation as a wider example of the importance of financial planning in professional sports, where sudden wealth requires careful management to remain stable over time. The speaker also expressed doubt about the claim involving $40 million, saying it didn't seem believable from his perspective. He mentioned Al Heyman, who is not named in the lawsuit, but is allegedly being connected to parts of the broader issue, while making it clear this was only speculation being discussed. He then reflected on his own experience covering Al Heyman and his fighters since the early 2000s, starting around the time of Vernon Forrest. Over the years, he said he has observed Heyman's work with hundreds of fighters through PBC and its network, even if not always directly. According to him, he has rarely, if ever, heard fighters speak negatively about Heyman, even after their careers have ended or they have moved on from his management. Instead, he noted that most athletes tend to speak positively about the opportunities and earnings they received while working with him, crediting the system for helping them make significant money and maintain professional support.